90% of the residents that are in there, they are Medicare patients. These buildings stay open because of Medicare. They will close down. They will not care for your aging parents and grandparents for free. They will send them home to you. You will have to quit your job and stay home and take care of them. That means you're going to have to be the care.
My dad lives in a nursing home, and by now I'm sure you've seen the video circulating about the woman who's really concerned because her dad is getting kicked out of his nursing home due to Medicare. And this is just the anticipatory changes that the big, beautiful bill is putting into place. What people don't understand is a lot of nursing homes are actually owned by these big corporations, right? So the big corporations, your local branch isn't that, but like they are owned like by private equity, things like that. Like I know the one that my dad lives in is like that. And so the rules kind of come from on top. So it sounds like some of these nursing homes are figuring, well, we're not going to get reimbursed from Medicare in the future. So we're going to just start evicting people who, you know, pay that way because we don't want to suffer the losses. And instead we'll try to fill those spots with people who pay out of pocket. Now, in my case, like my dad, we actually pay out of pocket, or I should say he pays out of pocket for his nursing home care. But what is it going to do when I guarantee you like 70-80% of the people who are at my dad's facility are in some type of Medicare reimbursement, especially if they're in like very long-term care situations. Like that is super common. I don't think people understand that. And so what's going to happen when these facilities can't fill the apartments because there's not enough people who can afford? I mean, to give you an idea, it's over $4,000 a month, guys. $4,000. I mean, think about like that. That's like almost triple my mortgage. Okay. It's crazy. And in my case, like what would happen if I was in this situation? Because I'm thinking about that. Like what's going to happen if like my dad's facility, for example, shuts because there's not going to be beds anywhere for these people to go. So the burden is going to be on the families. And like in my case, I don't have anywhere to put this man. And I don't live in a handicap accessible home. And there is no housing in my area. So I can't just like pick up and move. And I have a mortgage from 2011. Like I can't just move. Like that's not really an option. So like I don't know what I would be doing if I was in that same situation, and I am really worried. And if you're thinking, well, I'm so lucky, I don't have anyone in nursing care, I'm not going to be impacted. Let me just tell you that this is just the one little arm of the ripple effect that this is all going to have, right? What's going to happen when hospitals aren't getting reimbursed for things? What's going to happen when your doctors are not getting reimbursed? They're going to go private practice. I'm telling you, this whole healthcare system is like on a house of cards. Like it's all going to come crumbling down, and it's going to come crumbling down fast, unfortunately. So if you are worried about this, if you have loved ones that are going to be impacted, or you know you're going to be directly impacted by this, please know you're not in this alone. Please give me a follow, give me a comment, because I want to engage with people that are going through this same thing, because it is not easy and we need to come up with strategies together. And sometimes it's nice to just have somebody to vent to. So anyway, I'm here for you guys.
Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Mercy Uba. How are you? I hope you all slept well and wake up in a good sound health. I want to use this medium to thank you all for engaging yourselves in my videos. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Today, I will be talking about nursing home residents at risk of eviction. Let's talk about it, because we need to talk about it. I saw this video on my TikTok yesterday when I was going on my TikTok, so I decided to share it on my YouTube. So guys, keep your fingers crossed and watch. I will be right back.
Okay, just found out this afternoon that the nursing home that my dad is in is ending their Medicaid contracts. And he has until September 15th to figure out what to do. And so I've just been down the rabbit hole to try to figure out why would a nursing home end their Medicaid contract.
And so it begins. In certain states, nursing homes have already started reaching out to their residents who receive Medicaid, giving them 30 days to find another place, basically, to get their care provided to them. Why, you ask? Come on, sip a little tea with Auntie. Let's talk about it. The big, beautiful bill. The big, beautiful bill. These companies, these nursing homes are coming to the realization that they're losing money by having these residents in their facility. But secondly, y'all, I want y'all to think deeper into it. If these residents, I'd say probably 60% or 70% of the residents inside of nursing homes, a good bit of y'all, are there because of Medicaid. You know, if they getting rid of 60-70% of Medicaid people, who takes care of most of those residents in the nursing home? Think about it. The nurses are there to give them their medicine, assist with wound care and all that other stuff. But the basis of their bathing and feeding them and changing their beds and all that stuff is typically the job of a CNA. If you ain't got no residents, what you need CNAs for? It all works hand in hand. CNA's gonna have to find other locations to work at. Residents gonna have to find locations that accept Medicaid, which is gonna be far and few for a whole lot of people, for the simple fact of they're gonna be losing more money than they're gaining by keeping people who receive Medicaid to pay for their health, their well-being, they're taken care of inside of these facilities. It's gonna get rough. And it's not just gonna start and end with nursing homes either. Think about those rural areas. The state of Louisiana is full of them that only have 2 hospitals in these rural areas. 1 out of 2 is going to close. What does that mean for you if you stay in an hour and a half before your only emergency facility for you to be able to get to? Can't run to an urgent care real quick because they getting ready to close them down too. A lot of people in one place. It's not going to be good, y'all. This is only the beginning. And I'm not on here trying to fearmonger nobody, y'all. These are facts. This is happening ahead of time. If you don't believe me, just go type in your search bar and look at this video of this young lady who's puzzled right now because she don't know where she's going to put her father at. He's in a nursing home. He receives Medicaid that pays for his stay in that nursing home, and they gave her 30 days. He has to be out of that nursing home by September the 15th. He has to be gone out of the nursing home and find another location that'll accept him with his Medicaid. It's sad, y'all. It is sad. Thank y'all for sipping a little more tea. What ain't tea? Bye, y'all.
Yep. Them nursing homes finna not take Medicaid, so y'all better get them rooms ready for Meemaw and Pawpaw. Yeah, combine them kids' room. Get rid of the den, man cave, whatever y'all got. Scoot it over, because Meemaw and Pawpaw is coming to the crib. I don't want to hear nothing. This is not what I voted for. Yes, this is absolutely what you voted for. Okay? No, I don't want to hear any of that. Meemaw and Pawpaw will be at the crib in 30 to 45 days. All right? Yeah. Yeah. That's where we are. And listen, before you get in my comments with that red, blue, left, right, I don't want to hear none of that, bro. You can put that Trump hat and that shirt on your Meemaw and Pawpaw, but they coming to the crib. You can best believe that. If your in-laws use Medicaid, a lot of these services are going to not accept Medicaid. So yeah, make room.
Do you know what's going to be the ultimate result of you being an ableist piece of shit? Going on the internet and saying, I'm okay with these Medicaid cuts because I'm an able-bodied person and we just need to quit expecting the government to give us handouts. Listening to the Trump administration saying that this is just about waste, fraud, and abuse and refusing to read the goddamn bill. The result of that is going to be that you one day are going to be sitting there with your thumb up your ass when your Meemaw in the nursing home loses her Medicaid coverage and can't afford to stay in the home anymore. You're going to be sitting around going, what's happening? When they take away your kids' SNAP benefits and you have to send them to school hungry. We are all one traumatic injury away from losing our jobs, losing our health care, and being unable to afford groceries. Your child is one traumatic brain injury away from needing special services at school that require Medicaid coverage for the rest of their school life. And y'all are frothing at the mouth so much to watch people drop dead because they can't afford to take care of themselves or feed themselves that you're willing to overlook all the other shit in this bill. Your dear, darling, genius child you've wanted to be a doctor their entire life won't be able to afford medical school anymore because the government doesn't think that they have to help with those. In fact, your child, who probably is going to need Pell Grants and assistance of some kind, won't be able to afford college at all, much less medical school. Y'all, I had to record this in my car because I was so goddamn mad. I didn't want to disturb the neighbors. So frustrated right now because everyone is just wanting to see other people suffer. Where is y'all's humanity? Where's the humanity? We've lost it all. We're just willing to let people starve, including children.
Okay, so this morning I get up and I'm seeing all of these people down my timeline talking about the fact that
in the next 20 to 30 days, they have to come get their parents out of the nursing home because the nursing homes no longer accept the Medicaid and Medicare or whatever, right? It brought me back to in my early 20s when I was working at a nursing home. I was activity director. And I remember that majority of the people that lived at the nursing home were older white people. Majority from up north, but you get what I'm saying. Older white people. The thing that gets me is the fact that people voted for this to go away, right? You voted for it. I don't know if you voted for it thinking that there were going to be some exceptions, but you voted for this. And to see so many, and I'm sorry, but that's what I'm seeing, so many white people on here complain about the fact that they have jobs, they have families, they can't take care of their parents. Because I remember working in those nursing homes, a lot of those people were on, heavy medications that they had to take every so many hours. They were on breathing machines. They had to have 24-hour, 7-day a week, around the clock care. They had to be, bathed, fed, and turned. Get ready to quit your jobs, buttercups, because when I was working at those nursing homes, the one particular race that I didn't see in there wiping butts and feeding people were white people. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Majority of those people that worked in those nursing homes taking care of your mothers and fathers were black and brown people. The only white people that really worked in nursing homes were always the directors or something like that. They were the ones at the top of the food chain, right? So now that you got to come and get your parents out of these nursing homes, I'm petrified of what's going to happen to these people, because you got to turn them every so many hours. You got to feed them every so many hours. They're on ventilators. They got to take medications at a certain time. I'm almost petrified of what's going to happen to these people. But you voted for this. And now you got to be the CNAs, the home CNAs for your parents. And I don't know about the rest of y'all, but have you ever picked up your mom or your dad that what now weighs, 235 pounds of dead weight? Baby, that ain't nothing to play with. And if you can't afford for them to be in these nursing homes, you damn sure are not going to be able to afford somebody to come in your home and take care of your parents. And you guys don't be united like that. You hardly ever see black people in nursing homes. Rarely you do. Sometimes you do. But majority of a nursing home is filled with older white people. I'm scared of what's going to happen to these older people in here. Them being at home, no one's, coming to see if they're okay or if they're getting their medications. Now it's just you and them. And you're not going to be able to afford the medications that your mom and your dad is on. This is going to be a big ass problem. But y'all ain't think about that when y'all asses out there voting, did you? Because you thought it was going to be everybody else, and now it's your ass.
An assisted living crisis just unfolded in North Carolina, and it's every family's worst nightmare. The Heritage at Sugar Mountain had its license suspended after staff reported they hadn't been paid in weeks. Most employees stopped showing up. Only 2 stayed behind just to feed residents, but neither could give medications. So that means some seniors went without critical medications for days. The state, paramedics, and sheriff's deputies had to all step in and evacuate all 28 residents. McDonald's was even brought in to feed them during the emergency transfer. Family members were blindsided. Some say they got no call, no warning, nothing. So the state has called it an imminent danger to residents' health and welfare. The facility owner now has 20 days to appeal the suspension, but the damage is already done. And so this is exactly why we need stronger oversight and better protections in long-term care. These are people's parents. Their lives are not expendable.
Thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share and subscribe to help the channel out.